And you gonna jump in front of me and take my damn parking spot?
Are you insane? Put my car down!
Okay, I'm gonna put it down for you.
Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. We hear the money.
Y'all think these celebrities have always been living their best lives, right? I mean, they're always looking flawless, stacking millions, rocking designer duds, and chilling in their multi-million-dollar mansions. But let me tell you, it ain't always been that way, fam. What if I told you that your wildest imagination about their lives is probably a straight-up lie? The truth is, most of these entertainers didn't have it easy from the jump.
I'm in Miami, Florida. I have no family members in Florida. I couldn't buy a house if I wanted to.
Their come-up was rough, and I'm talking struggling for real. We're talking living out of their whips.
I mean, living in a car, freak. And it's a Geo Metro. It's not like it's a damn Tesla or like a big sedan or something. Like
crashing in homeless shelters.
Yeah.
You ended up in a homeless shelter at some point.
Yeah, I was.
And straight up being homeless.
Oh, yeah, I was homeless like 2 or 3 years.
It's been a wild ride. Today, we're going to be spilling the tea and getting all up in the biz of these celebrities who went from rock bottom to rocking the top.
Why you spend so much money on cars? I say because I was homeless one time. I lived in a car.
We're talking names, we're talking struggles, and we're talking triumphs. So buckle up, y'all, because this is about to get real. First off, we got Tyler Perry, the OG Medea actor.
Little girl, I'm gonna tell you one more time.
I said go away!
He was born in '69 and raised in New Orleans, and boy, did he have a rough start.
I ended up homeless. I ended up out on the street with no money and nothing to my name.
This dude's childhood was straight up ruthless. His family was divided, and his dad showed him no love. Tyler even changed his last name to distance himself from his pops. What's shocking is Tyler went from being homeless, sleeping on the streets, and crashing in his whip, a Geo Metro, no less, to being a straight-up mogul. But here's the thing. Tyler's always had a vision, and it was simple.
My intention was just to make enough money to be able to take care of my mother. That's all I wanted to do. I had written my first play. It was called I Know I've Been Changed.
But Tyler didn't let that stop him. Nah, he kept grinding. Even though Tyler's dad, who he thought was his biological father, turned out to be a lie. But despite all the drama, Tyler still gives props to his dad.
When I was growing up, my father was a carpenter. He would take me to work with him. What you were building had to be strong enough to support the weight of whatever you could dream.
Tyler took that lesson to heart, and he kept building his foundation, even when it seemed like nothing was working out.
When you get out there in the world, I want you to remember something. What's in the well will come up in the bucket.
But then, boom, he started making moves, and now he's a filmmaker, actor, and comedian raking in that dough. Fast forward to today, Tyler's 55 with a net worth of $1.5 billion, and he's living his best life. He's got vacation properties in Wyoming and the Bahamas, and he's a testament to the power of goals, dreaming big, and having a vision. Oh, and he's also a single dad, divorced with one kid. But hey, that's a whole nother story. You remember Tiffany Haddish from Girls Trip, right?
and have a good time. You know, I got some bomb-ass kush if you want to take a hit of it.
Where did you hide?
In my book.
Born on the 3rd of December, 1979 in Los Angeles, California, has been through some wild stuff, and she's next on this list. She's been real about her struggles, and we've been getting a glimpse into her crazy life. Tiffany's family's been through some personal struggles, from her stepdad issues to her mom's mental health problems. And let's not forget, she got kicked out of her house by her grandma at a young age.
The reason you became homeless, I guess your grandma at some point had to even kick you out of the house, which, again, to me is so cold. And just...
This girl's life's been a roller coaster for real. Tiffany's been homeless 3 times, but she ain't never gave up. She crashed in her Geo Metro.
Well, it went on 3 different times. Oh, you didn't learn your lesson the first time? You didn't learn your lesson the second time? I'm going to hit you again with it. And I think the lesson in that was to not be afraid to ask for help.
Juggled low-key jobs and even rented a storage unit for her stuff. And yeah, she had to get creative with showers too. Luckily, she's got a fun personality and made some friends who let her crash and get cleaned up.
But I would wash my hands. I'm very good at making friends. You know, hey girl, we going out. Let me come over. I'm gonna get ready at your place.
But things got real dark, when Tiffany hit rock bottom at a homeless shelter.
Yeah, man, it's kind of stinky and scary. Is something gonna happen to me here? And I feel like every time I ever stayed in a homeless shelter, that was like me going, okay, you're gonna have to figure it out.
She thought about doing some crazy stuff to get by, but she kept it real and didn't give in.
Be like, would I be able to look at myself in the mirror? Like, if I'm sleeping with somebody, I'm sleeping with them because I want to sleep with them, not because of something they can give me.
Fast forward to today, and Tiffany's killing the game.
Ooh, this is nice, girl.
She's got love for Kevin Hart, who came through with $300 to help her get back on her feet.
And I'm sure
that
you
made
have
me
great
love
love.
him too.
Yeah.
I do have great love for him. That's my big brother, even though he's smaller than me.
Now, Tiffany's a star with a net worth of $6 million. She's got Emmy and Grammy awards, and she's still shining bright. Homelessness ain't got nothing on Tiffany Haddish no more.
That one might be mine. That one right there. I'm not totally sure. Just because you name him Darren don't mean he belonged to Darren.
Y'all, Katt Williams, born on September 2nd, 1971 in Cincinnati, Ohio, is up next. And his life story straight fire. You remember Monkey Mike from Friday After Next and Slickback from the Boondocks?
I'm out here getting your money.
That's what the hell I thought. Thank you, Grandma.
Yeah, that's all Katt Williams, the OG. But for real, Katt's life was a hot mess. At 13, he was already living on the streets, hustling for his daily bread.
I shouldn't have to tell you I'm homeless. I'm in Miami, Florida. I have no family members in Florida. I couldn't buy a house if I wanted to.
You'd think he was always a troubled kid.
I'm just trying to find my happy place.
But nah, at 7, Katt was a child prodigy, killing it in school and reading like crazy.
I'm probably reading 3,000 books a year from the time that I'm 8 years old to the time that I'm 12.
But at 13, Katt made a wild decision to dip from his parents' crib in Ohio to Florida to start fresh.
If you say that my family is very religious, just say I'm not. So anything that I'm going to do is going to fall out of the guidelines.
I mean, 13. That's some bold moves, right? But things took a turn for the worse.
The library and study for 8 hours a day. And then I would leave out of there and go to the marina and steal car radios and make $2,000.
Katt's past was wild, but now at 53, he's a successful stand-up comedian and actor.
We lost one of the biggest gangsters in the whole world just recently. Goddamn Crocodile Hunter is gone, children. He's gone.
With a net worth of $5 million. He's also happily married with 10 kids. Up next is Halle Berry, the Cleveland, Ohio native, born on the 19th of August, 1966. And her story's a wild ride. You know her from her top model days and that iconic role in introducing Dorothy Dandridge.
I'm in a big picture. Somehow I thought this time things would be a little bit different.
But before all that fame, Halle's life was a hot mess. She started modeling at 18.
Her life will change, and Miss Ohio wonders if it will change for her.
But had no interest in acting until a teacher suggested she give it a shot.
At 18 years old, I went to Chicago, modeled for a year, and while I was modeling, as many models do when you're bored on the weekends, I started taking a class at Second City.
So she dipped to New York to study acting, but things took a turn. She got evicted from her crib, blew through her modeling cash in 3 months, and ended up in a homeless shelter.
That was in New York.
That was in New York.
And you had some lean years in New York.
Yeah.
When you were trying to.
Yeah.
You ended up in a homeless shelter at some point.
Yeah.
That's right. Halle Berry was homeless. And to make matters worse, when she hit up her mom for help, she got ignored. Halle was so hurt, she didn't speak to her mom for over a year.
I called my mother and I asked her to send me some money. That subsequently led to a year of not speaking to her because I was so upset that she wouldn't help me.
But now, she's grateful, saying it taught her lessons to turn out strong. She hustled, juggled small jobs, and eventually came out stronger.
Giving up was never an option. It was prove to her and everybody else that I can do. It took me right back to my high school year. You say I can't, watch me. I'm gonna figure this out.
Now, at 58, she's raking in that dough with a net worth of $90 million. She's also a mom of 2. Talk about a comeback. Up next is Gardner, all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born on the 9th of February, 1954, and his story's a real-life movie.
The difference for me was I was homeless, but I was not hopeless. I had a job. I had an opportunity.
This dude had a 14-month-old son to provide for after his wife dipped out on him.
My son was 14 months old. he was still in diapers, okay?
But Chris kept grinding, chasing his dreams, and look where he's at now. He became a stockbroker, founded his own firm, Gardner Rich & Company, and even sold his stake for a pretty penny. His life story was made into a movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith. That film was straight fire, and it's all based on Chris's real-life struggles.
I need the rent. I can't wait anymore. I need you out of here in the morning.
You gotta trust me, all right?
Fast forward to today, Chris is 70, killing the game as a businessman and stacking up them coins. $70 million to be exact. He's got 2 kids with his ex-wife, but he's good. He's moving on. Chris's message is real simple. You can be homeless, but don't you ever be hopeless. Y'all, next up is the legendary American rapper Tupac Shakur, born on the 16th of August, 1971, in East Harlem, New York. Tupac was a rap icon, selling over 75 million records,
Cussing and fussing like it's impossible to get it right.
and acting in some classic flicks. But before he blew up, Tupac knew what it was like to be homeless, and he never wanted to go back to that struggle.
Hell yeah, I was homeless, and I'll be homeless again if y'all don't buy my records. I swear to God, I will. So far, we doing cool. They selling and everything. My shit popping in and out the charts.
He shared his story, talking about getting eviction notices left and right, and how it felt to be at rock bottom.
I done seen eviction notices before, and they ain't pretty. And it don't say if you a rapper, don't trip.
But Tupac didn't let that define him. He grinded, and his music became a voice for the voiceless.
Plus straight, so this one's for you. I hit the studio, drop a
Now, Tupac, who died at just 25, might be gone, but his legacy lives on, and his estate's still getting that dough. Over $40 million to be exact. Tupac's memory still inspires, and his music's still fire. Next up is Djimon Hounsou, and his story's a real-life fairy tale. Born in '64, Djimon's a Beninese actor who's been killing the game in flicks like Amistad, Blood Diamond, and more.
You are not going down there. Are we clear?
You are not the master.
He's even got an Oscar nomination under his belt. But let's keep it real. Djimon's come up wasn't easy. Djimon was literally homeless, living on the streets of Paris.
Obviously off the street in Paris. Eventually accidentally started fashion industry with Thierry Mugler.
Djimon's transition from homelessness to Hollywood was no joke.
I spent at least 8 years in classes, in acting classes, in drama schools.
Now Djimon's saying it was all about keeping his dreams alive.
Motivating factor for me is to keep the dream alive while I was struggling, while I was on the street. It was to keep the dream alive.
Fast forward to today, Djimon's 60, living his best life with a net worth of $4 million and a son to boot. He's eventually got the last laugh. Next up is Steve Harvey. This West Virginia-born superstar was born on January 17th, 1957, and let me tell you, his story's a wild ride. From being a college dropout to becoming a sensational comedian.
You know how you feel right now? That's how we feel all the time.
TV host.
Fill in the blank. Steve Harvey should be inducted into the blank Hall of Fame.
Comedian.
Actor, writer, and producer. Steve's done it all.
Yeah, let's go meet him, everybody. It's the Dowdy family.
This OG hosts a bunch of shows, including the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud.
Name a word starting with the letter P that someone might do to your bottom.
Punch. And Judge Steve Harvey.
Commercial versus private. You ain't seen it.
And boy, has he racked up the awards. 7 Daytime Emmy Awards, 2 Marconi Awards, and 14 NAACP Image Awards. The man's unstoppable.
And the Emmy for Outstanding Game Show Host is awarded to Steve Harvey!
But hold up. Before all the fame and glory, Steve's life wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. He dropped out of college, did odd jobs, and even wrote jokes for AJ Jamal for a measly $10 a script.
I caught some toilet paper on fire. That in there.
I was actually writing jokes for a comedian today named AJ Jamal. He does cruise ships. He would pay me $10 a joke. I didn't know what he was doing with it.
Then, some lady asked him why he wasn't performing his own jokes. And man, That was the wake-up call he needed.
She said, I'm gonna come pick you up next Tuesday. That Tuesday she picked me up was October 8th, 1985. She took me to the comedy club, I signed up. I went up last, they had a clap off, I won amateur night.
He started performing at comedy clubs, and the rest, as they say, is history.
I have done nothing since October 9th, 1985, but tell jokes.
But here's the thing, y'all. Steve's success came at a cost. Born on February 16th, 1988 in Miami, Florida, Alvester Black's life has been a journey of perseverance and determination. Raised by his grandparents, Black developed a passion for dance at a young age. By 5, he was already moving to the beat.
I started dancing at 5, and I started acting lessons at 8. Like 14, I started my professional journey.
Wow.
After high school and college, Black made the move to Los Angeles to pursue a career in dance. He landed gigs as a backup dancer for top artists.
After VMA, I danced with Beyonce, Mariah, and Rihanna. And those are my main artists. And I danced for other people here and there.
He even appeared in a posthumous music video for Michael Jackson. But Black's journey wasn't without its challenges. He faced a tough time, becoming homeless and struggling to make ends meet.
I stopped dancing at the top of my career because I knew I wanted more. Yeah. So I went homeless 3 times and after this illustrious dance career.
However, he refused to give up, and that's when choreographer Debbie Allen took notice. She encouraged him to pursue acting, and the rest is history.
It took a mental toll on me completely. However, I didn't feel like I was more special than anybody else. This hurts, this is hard, but I want it.
Today at 36, Black's a successful actor with roles in movies like Sisters.
Hi, you need some help? You all right? You okay?
Are you a new employee?
Yes, I am.
And All the Queen's Men.
I know, but I was trying to get you to understand that you are really, really special to me.
It's not the time or place for this conversation.
He's married to actress K.J. Smith, and his net worth is around $4 million. Black's story is a testament to his hard work and determination.